You know, when it comes to the kids, changing tracks, because we'll come back to sex, I promise you. We have a whole section on it. We're almost done with the first section. When it comes to kids, Paul simply said it this way: fathers, do not exasperate your children. The word exasperate means to rub them to the point of irritation, where they want nothing to do with you. There's a proverb that says, don't use an axe to kill the fly on your neighbor's forehead. And we do that with our kids. You know, we think we have to be the tough macho dad. Hey, young man, you're not doing that. You know, I've totally revamped my parenting. As my kids have gotten older, I've won both of my boys. My oldest boy tends to have a hotter temper. My middle son's a little more even-tempered. And he's volatile in his emotions. And so I've learned to counter that with calmness, gentleness, a lack of aggressive attitude towards him, which causes him to want to open up and share with me. Remember, he got in his first fight. We put him in a public school. He's been in private school all his life, in Christian school, and we put him in a public school because he wanted to play football. He's a really good baseball player, but he wanted a shot at football. And I said, okay, if you keep a B average and you hang around the right crowd, you can stay in the public school, but it's on you. It's totally up to you. You can do it if you keep a B average and hang around the right kids. Well, a month into it, he cut a couple classes, and he gets in a fist fight. We've since taken him out of the school. But he comes home and he's got a black eye right here. And his mom is just losing it. Oh, I can't believe it. So I come home and he was more upset that his mom was mad. So I shut the door and I sit on the floor in his room up against the wall. I said, tell me about the fight. What happened? Oh, man. I said, no, hold on. Take it easy. Just tell me what happened. This tone of voice. Sitting on the floor, non-aggressive attitude. Just want to hear. Tell me what happened. He said, well, the guy kept, calling me names, knocked the coke out of my hand. I'm in a public school, Dad. Nobody knows me. And this guy's trying to punk me out. I had to stand up for myself. I said, granted. All right. Well, then what happened? So I told him, better leave me alone, man. And the next day, he did it again in front of everybody in the cafeteria. Knocked coke right out of my hand. And he said, we're going to fight. And he said, okay, I'm not going to fight you on campus because we'll get kicked off. So we're walking off the playground after school. So they did. They walked down the street. They squared off. Michael, pop, pop, dropped him, got him on the ground, pinned him. And the guy said, okay, that's it. It's over. So Michael lets him up, walks away, and the guy, bam, hits him right in the eye as he's walking away. Start the fight all over again. Tells me a story. I said, okay, well, listen, let me just go back over this whole thing with you. First of all, you could have gone to the principal or the teachers and said this is going on, but I understand being in public school and you need to defend yourself. But you could have gone to the principal or the teachers first. Second of all, get a guy on the ground, you don't let him up. I'm more ticked at that, Mike. But listen, I've been there, son. I've done it before. Let's just try to handle it different next time, okay? And that was the end of the matter. And so I could have handled that wrong. I could have gone in there with an attitude. You get in a fight, you dumb kid. What are you doing? You think you're tough? Stay calm. Don't use an axe to kill a fly on his forehead. Talk to him. Remember, he's a growing young man. She's a growing young lady. They have different needs. My middle son, Jonathan, is a totally different personality. My daughter is like, you can't even get a radar fix on her. And I have to minister to each kid within their personality. I have to learn how to minister and hear what they're saying and what's important. My daughter, she's a young female. She's a beautiful little girl. I mean, she's beautiful like her mom. But she wants to come duck hunting with her dad. Yeah, baby. And I've taken her out duck hunting. You know what she loves the most? Driving the ATV through the ponds. She just thinks that's the greatest thing. She doesn't like the spiders in the blind or anything, but she just loves driving that thing. And so I made sure, I called a buddy of mine. He's got you guys know Dick Burnell from Jubilee? He's a personal friend of mine. He has a duck club, and so he's taken me hunting many, many times. And I call him up. I say, hey, my daughter really wants me to take her duck hunting. Can I borrow the blind one day? And he said, sure, man, go out there. So Monday, I got it all set up. I'm taking her out duck hunting because we get to talk. Driving down there, we get to talk in the blind. We get to just fellowship and hang out with my daughter. There's coming a day she's going to want pretty dresses and not want much to do with me at 14, 15, I'm sure. But right now, that's my baby girl. and it's my job to be a dad. These 6 areas, spiritually, financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, and who you hang around with, will affect every area of your life. It will affect every day that you do stuff. And by the way, as a leader, because that's what you are, you're the leader. You're a man, you're the leader. Your actions will affect those around you. Very quickly, remember the story of Achan? Joshua 7. Go read the story later. But Achan, they've come into the promised land. The first city they come up to is Jericho. You know the story. March around the wall 7 times on the 7th day, march 7 times, then blow the trumpets and the walls will come down. Go in and grab everything, kill everybody, grab all their goods. But don't keep the goods. It's the first city of the promised land. It's your tithe. It belongs to me. So they go in, they march around 7 times, 7th day, blow the trumpets, the walls come down, they kill everybody, they take all the goods. And Achan looks to the right, looks to the left, takes the gold, takes the piece of nuggets, and puts them under his tent. They go out to the next city, Ai, and they go up, and it's a small city. Oh, we don't need that many guys. Go on up, and they go up, and 36 of them die. Joshua falls on the ground and says, God, what happened? And God said, get up. Somebody in your camp has sinned. There's sin in your camp. So they line up all the people, and they start rolling dice, casting lots, however they did it. And it came down to Achan. He said, Achan, what did you do? He said, I blew it, man. I got tempted. I saw the gold. I saw the beautiful jacket. I wanted it. I coveted it. I took it. I put it under my tent. He said, you're going to die for this, and so is your whole family. What you do will affect your family. You don't have time to mess around with pornography. You don't have time for drugs, alcohol, uncontrolled anger, acting the fool, not handling your money right, hanging around the wrong group of guys. That will affect your family. The reverse side of that story is Caleb. You know what Caleb's name means? Dog. You know, it's like he's born and his parents go, dog. Dog, that's it. Caleb's a man of God. He had a daughter. And he said, I've got to find a husband for my daughter. What kind of a man will I allow to marry my daughter? And you know what he said? The man that can take this city. Whew. Boy, I did a study on that one day, a man who can take a city. Just go through the thought process. What kind of a man could take over a city? He's a leader. He knows how to run a troop. He's a man of faith. God is with him. He's a man of wisdom. He's a man of planning. He's a man of influence. And he said, the man that can take that city, you get my best daughter. Be a man. Be the dad. Be the brother. Be the husband. Be the father that God's called you to be.